And we are live. Greetings, 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 greetings. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in. It's that time. 29th week. Virtual Assistant Principal Leadership Academy. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Good morning, good morning. We got 4 minutes. Come on in. And as you come in, let me know where you're coming from. Where are you? Where you coming from? Come on in, come on in. Let me see who we got here. We got Shamara, Cecile. I'm not even gonna mess up your last name. Good morning to you, Demetrius Scott. I see you. Leah White. I see you. TB Summers. I see you. Senerka Mooten. I see you. Tawana Jackson out there in Kansas City. I see you. Oh man, they're going so fast. Stephanie Jacobs, I see you. I see you. Josh Tovar on fire. I see you out there, Josh. Jesse James in the house. We got Karen Fletcher, Manuel Zaldivar. I see you, y'all. They moving so fast, so don't mind me. Audrey Patterson, I see you. We got Jersey in the house. William Turner. You know, Jersey's that's home for me. Anna Barrera, I see you. I see you. I see Jorge Sanchez. I see you out there in Lubbock, Texas. I don't know if you were there when I was there, but I see you. Who we got? We got Cohen Chen. We got Jeff Leslie, Cindy Mosley, Lori Ann Beasley is in the house. Who else we have here? Jeff Leslie. We got a lot of folks in here. Hey, folks, I keep forgetting to type hit the share button. So just hit that share button for me. Let them know we getting ready to get it rocking. I'm not even checking the technology. It seems to work every week. So Jennifer Bortvit Mapes, I know I screwed that up. I see you out there in Seattle. It's early in the morning, so you know I'm blessed. I appreciate you getting up so early and being a part of this broadcast this morning. Sean Hurt, that's my man. Principal Sean Hurt is in the building. Y'all go to his page too. Go to his Facebook page, Sean Hurt. He got long email, web address. I can't even remember it, but Sean Hurt, go to his Facebook page because, you know, we kind of do a tag team. You know, I come on Saturday and then he comes on Sunday, right? So he comes on Sunday night at 7. Now watch Sean say, I'm not on this week. No, he on every week. Sean Hurt, y'all, the turnaround principal, 7 o'clock on Sunday nights. We got Dana Lucas in the house. Loretta Aguilar, Krista Noel Washington is in the building. Nick Edwards is in the building. Man, we got so many in here. We got Carla Lee J in the building out there in Louisville, Texas. And joined by oh man, I messed that up. It left me. There it is. Tananya. I know I meant Bob. That's Miss Bob from Louisville. I messed that up, y'all. Sean Hurt said he's on this week. So go to Sean Hurt on Facebook. And he's on at 7 o'clock Sunday nights every Sunday. Right? Talking about a whole lot of things as it relates to school leadership. All right, folks, it's almost that time. Do me a favor. Hit that share button. Twitter, hit that retweet for me. Hit that retweet button. Let them know that we're ready. We're in week 29. Let them know that we're in the building. Right? So hit that. Somebody said, go Steelers, man. I'm saying, what are you talking about Steelers? I'm San Francisco today. I'm wearing Willie Mays. It's old school San Francisco, but we'll talk about that in a little while. But hit that share button. I see my wife is in the building. Kimberly Broughton Kafele in the building. Stacy Joseph is here. Shay Campbell is here. Stephen Brown is here. Superintendent Finch is in the building. Man, he's doing big work, man. And even keeping this thing going during the week with the Twitter chats. Y'all need to get with him on Twitter. Soup Finch is what he's called on Twitter. And he does the Twitter chats of the broadcast throughout. I think it's on Wednesday night. But you go to his page, Soup, as in SUPT Finch. Look here, folks. I want you to do me a favor. Hit that share button. Hit that retweet button. Let them know It's that time. So I'm looking at my clock. It says 11 o'clock. So let me open it up formally by saying good morning. Good morning and good morning. Greetings. Welcome to week 29. I can't believe it. Week 29 of the virtual assistant principal leadership academy. And as I always say, I don't know about you, but let me speak for me. I'm on fire. See, I gotta give it to you with that kind of energy. Fire. Because see, I know I see the same world you see. I see the same news that you see. I know the world is crazy right now. I know America is crazy right now. I see the news and I got my eyes open, my ears open. So I see it. I understand it. A global pandemic, social change, an election recently and all that, everything that's emanating out of that. So I get it. The world is a little off center. I get it. But you know something? That doesn't extinguish my fire. It doesn't extinguish it. It's still there because I'm not going to let the world douse my fire, extinguish my fire. I'm not going to let the world do that because, see, hear me, somebody. I'm in a leadership capacity. No, I'm not leading a school right now. I'm not leading a district. I'm not in a classroom. But what I do on these Saturday broadcasts is what I do throughout the week. I do this for a living. I got people in the world who have blessed me with their ear. So I'm speaking to their ear. I'm speaking to your ear on Saturday morning with the hope that I can contribute in some shape, form, or fashion to your leadership growth and your leadership potential. So I take that seriously. So I can't come on this broadcast without my fire. I gotta have it because I want to be an asset, right? So I got a word for you. Those of you who may be new to me, I do a word of the week and then we get rocking. My word of the week this week is focus. Yeah, I'm making sure I got the right word. 2 weeks I did the same word twice and felt like I was doing it for the first time, right? So I see you, Deanna Joy Whitley. I see you the next time. So here I'm saying this word focus, man. Think about it. Let me give you this analogy. You got a screen in a room, and you got a projector, screen, whiteboard, whatever it is, and the projector is out of focus. And I mean, it's grossly out of focus. You know what that translates into. It means that you're not going to be able to see the image. You'll hear it if the audio is working, but you will not be able to see the image because the image will be a blur. So now you have to make do and try to make out what's being said by way or just what's happening by way of the auditory, the audio. But you will not be able to see it because it is not focused. So let's look at you. You chose to be leaders. We got aspiring leaders on this. We got people on the fence trying to figure out, is this what I want to do? We got assistant principals who's the core audience, but then we got principals who have said to me a million times, everything you say to the APs relates to me as the principal. But we got superintendents on here. We got assistant superintendent. We got directors. We got everybody. And then we got non-educators who just say, yo, you got good information. I'm not even in education, but I'm with you, right? So I'm saying, so whatever it is you do, but particularly my core audience of assistant principals, see my hands? This is the focus right here, right in front of me. I'm not concerned about what's happening over there right now. I'm not even looking over there. I'm not concerned about what's happening over there. I'm not looking there. I'm not concerned about what's way ahead of me unless I'm thinking about the vision. And I'm certainly not thinking about what's back there unless I'm measuring my growth to what's back there. But at the core is what's right here in front of me. I gotta be focused on that. So for example, right now it's 11:05. I can't be thinking about what I'm doing at 12, what I'm doing at 1, what I'm doing at 2, because I want to give my best effort right now between 11 and 12. So I'm focused on this broadcast. I hope you understand. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm focused on this. I can't be over here. I can't be over here. Oh, at 5 o'clock, I got to do this. Oh, at 3 o'clock, I got to do this. No, I am focused. And that's what I'm saying you got to be. You got to be focused on your main mission. So the question becomes, what is your main mission? See, and as I said, I gave this 55-week academy an overarching question, an underlying question. I said, does my assistant principalship benefit my school academically? Once again, does my assistant principalship benefit my school academically? I said that's the overarching question for all 55 weeks. So I'm saying to you, I'm suggesting to you strongly that that's your core focus, because the children are in school to learn. The teachers are in school to teach. So is there something about your leadership that enhances learning? Is there something about your leadership that enhances teaching? See, so therefore, I'm going to stick to it that the question, does my assistant principalship benefit my school academically? That's a potent question. So, but in order to get there, that's what your assistant principal leadership does, you must be focused, right? This ain't focus right here. This is all over the map. This is focus. And if you could bring it closer, right? That's focus. Like, okay, I see it. I see what I need to be doing. I see where I need to be. See, that's focus, right? So that's my word of the day. Take that word with you, embrace it, own it, claim it. Walk this week with it, including those of you, which is probably the bulk of you, who are virtual right now, right? So now let's jump into a few things. I gotta hit that share button for me, somebody. Hit that retweet button for me, somebody. Let them know. I don't, if there's somebody else out here in the world that's doing this, let me know about them, right? Because I don't know who's doing this, man. This is crazy. I love it though. You got to get your hands on this though. I woke up this morning, checked Amazon. I said, man, all 4 of my leadership books in the top 100 on Amazon.com, educational administration. I said all 4 at the same time, man. I thank all of you out there buying these books, and I certainly praise God for it. But if you don't have yours yet, the Assistant Principal 50, you got to get your copy. Get it along with the Aspiring Principal 50. You got to get this, right? You want to be a principal? You're an assistant principal. You want to be a principal. You're a teacher. You want to be a principal. You're a counselor. You want to be a principal or an assistant principal. I wrote the book for you, including tips on how to interview for the position. The Principal 50. You got to get this. Got to get it. And lastly, is my school a better school because I lead it? Right? Get all 4. Get all 4. Right? All right. Look here, folks. I gotta make these quick announcements. Right? One of them I hate to make. I don't even want to make this. Right? Many of you, I'm sure, saw the news. Young man, Principal Jamar Robinson, and his wife, Ann Robinson, right? Both lost their lives, went on a short vacation, just a weekend vacation to Puerto Rico. And the wife was swimming and got caught up into a current and couldn't extricate herself from it. And the husband ran out and tried to save her, and the current took them both, and they're no longer here. So I wanted to see like who he was. I went on social media, Jamar Robinson, principal of Westlake High School, right in Fulton County, right by Atlanta, Georgia. And I said, man, we were Twitter followers of each other. So I felt like I knew him, although I didn't know him. But who knows? Maybe I met him. But I just felt bad. Husband and wife, they got teenage children. He's got a whole school community. She's a professor at University of Georgia and working on her doctorate. So I just want to express my condolences to one of our fallen comrades, right? One of our fallen soldiers, 2 of our fallen soldiers, in Jamar and Ann Robinson, right? You can look at, if those of you who were not aware, you can just Google Jamar Robinson, and there's just a plethora of articles about him and his school and the major work he was doing. He wasn't an average principal. He's a new principal, but he wasn't average. He was phenomenal. And I don't say that because of his passing. I did a lot of reading about him. He was a phenomenal leader, and a lot of people went on my page and told me that knew him. Phenomenal leader. Next, and I'm almost done, I do a written commentary now for assistant principals every Sunday morning. early Sunday morning. It's called Kafele Commentary for Assistant Principal Leadership. Just go to my Facebook page called Virtual Assistant Principal Leadership Academy. It's Virtual AP Leadership Academy, and you'll see my written commentary, just my thoughts on leadership beyond the broadcast on Saturdays. All right, I think I covered it all, so let's go. I'm in chapter 8 of the Assistant Principal 50. It's called Planning, Organization, and Time Management. And that's the title of today's presentation. As I'm getting started, I'll remind you again, as I do over and over, hit that share button, hit that retweet button. If somebody is watching this that's probably upset about just life in general as a leader and not realizing that maybe a part of their problem is they're just not organized. They just don't plan effectively. They just don't use time effectively. And that might be their major issue. So just hit that share and retweet button and let them know that, Principal Kafele is here to talk about that. So here we go. I'm using question number 47 out of the Assistant Principal 50 for now, and then I'll move into question 48. We got Kim Wilson Daniel out there keeping notes on Twitter at Kim Wilson Daniel, Facebook Kimberly Wilson Daniel, and I got 15 questions, but I may only do 12. We'll see how time goes. Right? I got overzealous when I was putting this together. This is part 3, organizing your day, your work, and your time. Part 3. I thought I was going to do this in one part. I need 4 hours, 4 parts. So this is part 3 of 4. So here we go. The question number 1 of the 12 or 15 questions I'm going to ask you today. I broke question number 1 into 3 parts, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on because I got so much more to come, but I put them in capital letters, bold font, larger font. 1A, same question I started with last week. It's worth repeating, and I'm going to repeat it again next week. Am I organized? That's the question. Am I organized? I'm looking at you in the camera right now, and I'm asking you the question, are you organized? And I'll tell you this, you cannot lead optimally. You cannot lead highly effectively if you lack organization. You must be organized, right? That's a must. I got nothing else to say on that. It's a broad question because we've been talking so much about it. Are you organized? That's 1A. 1B. Do I plan my days effectively? Let me say it again. Do I plan my days effectively? And then, so now let me just look in the camera and ask you, do you plan your days effectively? Or do you just kind of roll up in the building and start going? I'm asking you, do you plan your days effectively? And then question 1C, do I utilize my time wisely? Again, do I utilize my time wisely? So one more time in the camera. Hey, somebody out there, do you utilize your time wisely? It's critical. Am I organized? Do I plan my days effectively? And do I utilize my time wisely? That's going to form the basis of everything I'm going to talk about today. I forgot to tell you, I'm wearing this Willie Mays today. No, I don't have a Negro League shirt on. I'm wearing an old school San Francisco. It says Mays on the back, number 24, Willie Mays, who played in the Negro Leagues for the Birmingham Black Barons before he became a New York Giant, who then moved to San Francisco for the San Francisco Giants. So that's what you're looking at right now. So let's get into it. Number 2, what level of priority do I place on being organized? That's a big one. What level of priority do I place on being organized? Let me break this one down. You have a plate, and it is full. Those of you who are aspiring, you will have a plate. You have a plate now doing whatever you do, but when you become a leader, that's a different plate entirely. So you have a plate, and it is full. And the question becomes, with all the ingredients on the plate, with all the menu items on the plate, what place on the plate does organization take? What place does it take? What place is it on your menu? Your organizational, your organizing, right? So where does organization fall on your plate relative to your priorities? That's what the question is that I'm asking this morning, right? I'm saying to you that in terms of you being organized, that has to place very high on your list or your list of responsibilities. It's got to place high. It can't be somewhere here. It can't be somewhere down there. It can't be somewhere like, I don't know, no, it's got to be way up there on your list of priorities. I'm asking the question, what level of priority do I place on being organized? That's you being organized as an assistant principal, you being organized as a principal, that's got to be rock solid. Right? We're going to talk about all that today. I mean, we've been talking about it for 2 weeks, but I got so much more to say about it. So I'm asking you, with everything on your plate, where do you place it? If this is a continuum and we start the continuum right here in my left hand, and then it goes all the way here, where do you place organization? Right? It's got to be right there up at the top. You can't do this and you're unorganized. You can't do this and you shuffling around trying to figure this out and figure that out and find that and find this, shuffling through papers and all that kind of thing. People come around you and you, oh man, I don't remember, I can't recall. You can't do that. I don't expect you to necessarily be the smartest person in the building. I don't expect you to be the smartest person in the various rooms that you occupy. I'm not asking that. But I am saying this, you need to set it as some level of a goal but I am highly organized. Or you may even say in your mind, you don't have to share this with anybody, but you may say in your mind, I'm the most organized person in the building. Let me tell you something. I pride myself in terms of my leadership. I would never go around saying I was the best leader. There's so many phenomenal people out here. But I'll say this, I pride myself on my organizational skill. I pride myself on my planning skill. I pride myself on my time management. I'm good with that. I mean, no, good's not a good enough word. I'm great with that. I know I go over on these broadcasts sometimes, all the time, because I just want y'all to get all this information, so that has nothing to do with my time management. It has to do with, I'm just so zealous about getting this information out here, right? So I'm saying to you, when you think about your list of priorities, your list of things that matter to your leadership, you have to think about organization. You have to think about that. That matters, right? So again, question number 2 said, what level of priority do I place on being organized? And I want to be very clear on that question. I'm not talking about the things that you would organize. Right. As a matter of fact, let's put this up here because I'm talking about you looking in your mirror. I'm not talking about the things that you would organize. I'm talking about organization in general. To what extent does organization matter to your leadership? And I am strongly suggesting with an answer that it matters exponentially. That's what I'm saying. It matters exponentially. Now, with organization, there are various systems, right? My system may not be your system, and your system may not be the next person's system. You got various different systems of organization. So you have a system, but you may have to tweak your system. Your system may be working, but there may be a better system for you. But see, that comes through experience, because again, the system that works for one person just may not be for you. But that is not even my issue. My issue here is just to say that you got to have a system, and then you evaluate your system, or you and your accountability partner, you and your thought partner evaluate your system and determine, does your system work best? I mean, just these broadcasts, I have a system. I do these broadcasts on Saturdays. By Monday, this whole outline is written. That's my system, right? So it's written by Monday. The broadcast is not till the following Saturday, because all week long, with all my other responsibilities, all my other priorities, I find time to go back into this and tweak and tweak and tweak and revise and edit and edit. That's what I'm in shift. I'm doing that all week long. So that by Saturday, and then on Saturday morning, I'm up at like 7 doing the same thing from 7 till 11. I want to be on point. So I got to be organized. I can't get up on Saturday and say, "Oh yeah, I got the broadcast today. Let me put something together right quick for these people." No, that's not how I roll, y'all. And you can't do it either, right? You got to be organized. So let's go to number 3. Number 3, am I organized to the extent that I know where I will be at all times throughout the week? Right? That's a tough one there. Am I organized to the extent that I know where I will be at all times throughout the week? Now, let me tell you the motivation for me writing that question, because there was certainly a method to my madness. I wrote here in a personal note, but I'm gonna share it with you. I said, think about students in a school who are on a schedule at the secondary level. But even at the elementary level, they're on a schedule. It's just not a schedule that's in their hand, but the teacher certainly has a schedule, right? So think about students, and at 8 o'clock, let's just round the number. So period 1 is at 8 o'clock. So I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. At 9 o'clock, I'm in the next class. I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. At 10 o'clock, I'm in the next class. I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. So you got the students. They know their day before they walk into the building. And as you know, they memorize their schedule. I remember I had mine memorized. So they memorized their schedule before probably the end of the first week of school. So now for the rest of the semester, they know where they're going to be. They don't have to carry a schedule around and look and see where I'm supposed to be on any given day. They know even when days shift, right? So I'm saying to us, yeah, I know our day is different, but what I'm asking you, have you organized your week? Have you planned your week? Have you prioritized your week? Am I organized to the extent that I know where I will be throughout the week? Now, of course, I know contingencies will happen. You remember last week we talked about that till the news of the president-elect came up, and y'all left me, right? Remember that? So I don't know what everybody got, but here I'm saying, you got to plan for contingencies, right? So things are going to arise that you did not anticipate, but so you don't know what the contingency will be, but you know that the contingencies will happen. So you may block out certain blocks of time that, okay, if this arises, it may take 30 minutes. If this arises, it may take an hour. You write that in the plan, and we're gonna get more deeper into the planning next week. I'm still on organizing this week, but I'm saying that when I walk into a building as a leader, I want to have a sense. I'm not going to know definitively, because that's impossible, right? But I want to have a sense of where I will be throughout the course of the day. And the reason I need to have that sense, hear me, somebody. The reason that I need to have that sense is precisely because of the instructional component of your and my leadership. That's the main thing, right? Because of the instructional component of our leadership. Remember the overarching question: does my leadership benefit my school academically, right? So I've got to be that instructional leader. So my day, so think about the day as these concentric circles, right? And at the core is instructional leadership. So I got to build around that, because I have to be that guy. We'll get more into that in a little while. Today, I got to be that guy. And if I'm not in that classroom, then it makes it that much more difficult for me to be that guy. So I gotta plan for that. I gotta build around that, because if I'm not in that classroom, growth is not happening because of me. Growth is happening in spite of me. I want to ensure that I have positioned myself, that you have positioned yourself, that growth is happening because you are in the building. That's it. Growth is happening because you are in the building, right? So now let's keep moving, because we're gonna get a little heavy today. What is so just now, at number 3, I had said, am I organized to the extent that I know where I will be throughout the week. But now I'm going in number 4. I'm saying, what is the evidence that I'm organized, right? Because it's very easy to express or articulate, I'm organized. It's easy. I'm organized. Yes, of course I'm organized. Matter of fact, somebody might say, man, I'm not Kafele doing 4 weeks of planning and organization. I don't need to see that, man, because I'm organized, right? So here, for that person that may say that, right? I'm saying, okay, you organized. What's the evidence, right? And if even if you gave me the evidence, can it get better? Can it improve? Or is it optimally where it's going to be? Right? What's the evidence? So here, I broke this down into like 8 categories. So 7 categories. So put your seatbelts on, y'all. I'm starting off with early morning. When you arrive on campus, what's your routine? Right? I don't need you to tell me. I mean, you could type it in because I read every comment. I mean, I read everything you guys write, including my YouTube comments. I read everything. So you can write it. I'll see it. See, on YouTube, you can't respond. And Twitter, you can't respond. You can only respond on Facebook. Right? So here, your early morning. If you have deemed your early morning routine to matter, to benefit the school, then you got to make sure that you can engage in that routine on a regular basis. You know, I've told you a zillion times in terms of me as principal now, as opposed to assistant principal, my morning routine, I had to be out there shaking hands. I can't let anything interfere with that. Nothing. Shaking hands and hugging, right? Nothing could interfere with that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No parent conference. Nothing. Superintendent meeting. Nothing. The mayor, the president of the United States. Nothing. I got to be out there shaking hands. So I have to organize in a way. And when I say organize in a way regarding that, that means if I need to share with those stakeholders, right, with those politicians, government officials, superintendent, whomever, if I need to share with them, that's part of the organization. Hey, Doc, I can't do this 8 o'clock meeting. I mean, I would prefer not to. Could you work with me? Because I really want to set a tone for my students every single morning. I want to shake their hand. I want to look them in their eyes. I want to let them know I'm glad to see them. That's part of what I do. So I got to organize around that so that someone from the outside that may take that for granted, like, oh, he'll be all right. He don't need to do that. No, I need them to know, no, I really need to be there, right? And then followed up with my morning message, right? So after the morning announcement, my morning message, I can't have somebody, he can afford to circumvent that today. He could afford to bypass that. No, I can't. There's no day that I can afford to not deliver my message in the morning. That day does not exist, right? So I'm saying to you, and hence that's and going in terms of us. That's why I do that word of the day. That's the equivalent to my morning message to to my students. That's what that would be. So I do a word of the day. It's the same thing. That's the energy that it's coming from, right? That's how I would deliver it over my PA, with that kind of energy that you guys experienced who were on with me in the beginning. So I'm saying I can't not do that. I have to. Yeah, I know, double negative. I have to do that, right? So I got to organize around that nothing interferes with that, because that is critical to my leadership. It is critical to the kind of day we're gonna have at school, right? So that's me though. Your early morning routine. What might it be in terms of the evidence that you are organized? See, that's crucial. Letter B. That was letter A. Letter B. The school day. So just think about your day. And I told you before, at the core, I preach this sermon. I don't mind preaching it. At the core of your day has got to be instructional leadership. Hear me, somebody. I want you to think of, even in a virtual space. If instructional leadership is not right there at the core of what you do, you got to assess what it is that you do. You got to assess you. Because teaching in a global pandemic, teachers are still teaching every day. And that teaching still has to improve. It's still got to get better. Well, that's you. It's a different medium now. Right? So although the medium is different, you still got to get it done. That teacher has to become effective on the computer, because guess what? I hate to blow anybody's bubble. I hate to make anybody paranoid, but I'm gonna tell you through the lens, through the mind of Kafele, I think y'all, if you virtual, I think you're gonna be doing this for the rest of the year. I don't see you returning back, right? If you're virtual now, because I'm paying attention to graphs. Are you? I'm looking at graphs. I'm looking at trends, and I don't see you guys like coming back in January. I don't see it. People talking about we want to invite you to come speak to our group. I don't see that happening. I say, look, just put it virtual. Ain't nobody coming out to hear me, right? Put it virtual, right? So I'm saying, therefore, if my prediction, my forecast is correct, you got to be ready for that, because teacher still has to demonstrate growth instructionally, pedagogically, virtually. I can tell you right now, I got better as a presenter using these things. I remember me back in March. I ain't bring the same fire because I wasn't comfortable. I'm good now, right? Because I had to adapt to this different world. I don't want to call it a new world because I don't want to be stuck here forever. So I say a different world, right? So your school day, what's the evidence that you have organized that so that you can do that which you deem or it has been deemed that this is brutally important and significant? Letter C, your after school hours. Is that organized? See, because that work that I've recommended to you in previous videos, broadcasts, that you not do during the school day because you want to focus on instruction, well, it's still got to get done. You got deadlines, you got paperwork, you got things you got to do, you got activities, student activity, you got all sorts of things. Well, those things have to be done. And you can't procrastinate and put it off till tomorrow because when tomorrow comes, you got new things on the table. You got new things on the plate. So you got to take care of it, right? So I'm saying to you that you've got to organize your afternoon. That's not like whew, the kids are gone, the staff's gone, that's downtime. No, not quite. Not as a leader. You still got work to do. And again, you can't, in terms of being organized, it can't carry into tomorrow. But you'll remember I told you last week, I said these three folders that were critical to my own leadership. Folder number 1, pending. Folder number 2, immediate pending. Folder number 3, to be filed, right? So that pending folder said to me, okay, here's something that has to be done, but it doesn't have to be done today. But that immediate pending folder said, here's what has to be done today. I had those 3 folders on the computer and those 3 folders sitting on my desktop, meaning my real physical desk. So now, so when I got hard copy documents, I don't have a stack of papers all over the place, and I'm not filing during a school day. Not doing that. So whatever those papers coming in, and I got to do something with them, then I'm putting the paper that means I got to get to it like immediately because it's a deadline looming. That's going in the immediate pending folder. I put it in the rack. I'm gonna get to it after school. That other one I got like a week, 2, 3, whatever it is, pending. And then the one where I've done everything, there's nothing else to do with it, to be filed. Those 3 folders were critical to my organization, right? You got to be organized, right? So now those after school hours, you got to organize them as well, right? Letter D, and of course, when we talk about organization, inherent in the work in the topic of organization is time management. How you're managing your time, that goes part and parcel with organization. So letter D, being able to put your hands on all documents. Man, you can't, superintendent call you, principal, AP, principal, I need such and such document. Oh, okay. Oh, God. Now, here's you in your mind, and here's you physically. Oh, God, I just had it. Oh, my God. Oh, y'all hear this paper shuffling. Oh, my God. Oh, principal, I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Oh God, where is it? I can't blow this one. Oh my God. See, you can't do that. Do I look ridiculous doing that? Of course I do. You can't do that. Principal call you, superintendent call the principal. I need such and such document. Oh, it's coming. Right there in that, it's right there in that file. Might not be in the pending files. It's in a file you created, but you so organized, you know what file that is. So you went right to it. Send. Principal says, man, you fast. You thinking to yourself, yeah, that's because I'm organized. See, I get that all the time. People send me an email, Principal, can you speak at such and such place? I respond right away. Hit the proposal, the fees, my availability. They're like, man, you fast. I say, yeah, but I just say thank you. But in my mind, I'm saying, yeah, because I'm highly organized, right? See, that you got to be organized. See, so let's go. Being able to put your hands on everything, you got to be able to. So when whether it be a document you need or whatever it is, we'll call it a document for the sake of discussion, that you need or that someone else needs you to deliver, you can put your hand right on it. See, that's what I'm saying, right? Let's go on. Letter E, being on top of your game. So in other words, I said the question number 4 is, what is the evidence that I'm organized? And I'm saying in letter E that you are on top of your game in all aspects, all facets of your leadership. You got to be on top of your game. And Moana said it right, progress, not perfection. We're never gonna be perfect. The goal is steady progress, consistent progress. But you'll never reach perfection, because the day you reach perfection is the day your growth ceases to continue. And the perfection is only going to be in your mind. Ain't nobody else going to see you as perfect. It's just going to be you in your mind, you in your mirror. And your mirror going to be giving you a false narrative. So you got to make sure of that. So let's keep it going. Lorianne said, my organization scares people. You know, Lorianne, I saw that and I put that up there because I feel the same way about mine, because I've been hearing about it for decades now. So I mean, because I made it, because I made it a priority. See, and that's what I'm saying to you. Your organization has to be a priority. Let's jump into number 5. How we looking on time? 11:37. I think we good. Number 5, it says, do my organizational skills allow me to get a lot done in the shortest amount of time while meeting all deadlines? Woo, that was a lot there, right? I got to read that one again. Those of you who are new to me, and you say, how come you don't like put the questions on the screen and give us like a PowerPoint? And the veterans, they already know the answer. Let me just talk to the newbies for a second. Because y'all, I'm doing 55 weeks of free presenting. It's like an hour a session, and it's free. I'm giving y'all 55 hours. Well, my clients, they know that. They see it. They see it on social media. They pay me good money. I mean, they pay me like real good money, right? I can't give y'all what I give them for free. Right? I can't put them PowerPoints up here. I can't put them. I got to give you the no frills, because they know they're paying me. Right? So if I'm giving you if I'm giving you what I give them and they paying me thousands and I'm putting it out here for free, they'd be calling me like, yo, you want to send me that check back? Right? Because I see what you're doing on Saturday morning. So I got to give you the no frills. That's why that's why you don't see a shared screen of a PowerPoint and you know, just real sophisticated like that, because I have to be mindful of the fact that there are people out here that pay me. And not only that, I don't use this information in my presentations anyway, because no one asked me to talk to assistant principals. And here's why. Because everybody keeps their assistant principals in the building leading, as opposed to freeing them up for PD. So I got about 100 hours of information that I've never had an opportunity to share. Literally over 100 hours of AP information that I've never had an opportunity to share, because no one invites me to speak to assistant principal. They always want me to talk to the principals. So I'm giving it to you. 55 hours. That I had to say that, because there's some new people on here like, why don't he put this on the screen instead of reading it? That's why. Number 5, once again, do my organizational skills allow me to get a lot done in the shortest amount of time while meeting all deadlines? See, I'm saying your organizational skill has to be so tight. So when we talk about your organizational skill, you got to be thinking it through. You got to be journaling it. Because ultimately, you got to get it down to a science, right? So I'm saying, as a sub question to that, Are you pleased or satisfied with how you are utilizing your time? So let's break that down a little bit. I'm saying here, in terms of your time, think about, and I said this for the past 2 weeks. You got 60 minutes in a day, right? I'm in a day. How about that? You got 60 minutes in an hour, right? Though each of those minutes, they're precious. Hear me, somebody. Each minute is precious. It's worth its weight in gold. You can't misuse those minutes. So now what you have to do, there's a lot of time in leadership that you got to spend some quiet time, some me time where it's just you. And you take just extract a block of time and just reflect on how you used each minute. And I promise you, in fact, I almost feel like I can swear to you that you will find a whole lot of fat on the bone. I promise you, you're going to find fat on the bone where you have misused time. It's going to be there. You can't misuse time because it's too valuable. So you may I remember my AP days, and I'm actually taking like 30 minutes to eat lunch sometimes. Why? Why not eat with the students instead of in my office? That's a good. So I'm still going to get the lunch, but I get to bond at the same time. See, I don't need me quiet time in the middle of a school day, and it's really not all that much possible to get it, right? But I'm just talking about in terms of using the time productively. How about if I go to the cafeteria, buy a student lunch, by the way, not have like something from outside and they are envious of what I'm eating. Let me eat. If they eating beans and Franks, let me eat beans and Franks. If they eating a little ice cold or refrigerated pizza, let me eat that. I'll buy it. And now let me sit there and model and let me eat what they eating. Right. And now now while we're eating, let me bond with these kids. Let me get to know them. Say it differently. Let me let them get to know me. Not in my office, but at the lunch table. See, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So here I'm saying, but you got to look at how you using your minutes. So now you just carved 40 minutes. 40 minutes of fat off the bone. You just did that because you were eating in your office with somebody, or you maybe been eating with a colleague, your principal, or whomever. But now you're eating with the students. You get a chance to get to know the students in a way you may not be able to get to know. And that's just an example. I can give you a zillion examples. I'm just talking about how you analyze that bone and carve that fat off that bone so that the only thing left is the meat. See, that's what I'm talking about, right? That's what I'm talking about. Let's keep moving. Number 6, do my organizational skills allow me to manage and maximize my time effectively? Now, here's where I want to talk about that instructional leadership, but not, we spent like about 6 weeks on instructional leadership back in the summer. I want to look at it through the prism of organization, time management, and planning right now. The pre-observation conference. Let me tell you something. Hear me, somebody. Matter of fact, on this here, somebody need to hit that share button on this because I'm getting ready to say something here. Hit that share button. Let them know Kafele getting ready to break it down. Hit that retweet button. Let them know. We're going to talk about how you use that time with that pre-observation, post-observation conference, right? So let them know. Let them know Kafele in the building, man. He dropping some stuff this morning, right? So here we go. The pre-observation conference. Man, you can't be in there having that long-winded conversation. You don't have time for that. We're in that meeting to help that teacher to grow. That's not an hour-long meeting. That's not a period-long meeting. That's not what that is, because the purpose of the pre-observation conference is not to talk about everything that you're going to see in a classroom. So if you in there and you find you got a meeting at 9 and that teacher's walking out of your office at 10, you have misused your time. See that? You see why I said you need to share that? You see why I said you need to retweet that? Because somebody out there just said, ouch. Someone said, oh, Well, I be in there for like an hour sometime, man. We be really breaking stuff down. No, you got that kind of time? Wait. Let me get my camera on that one. You have time to speak to a teacher for an hour? School me. You have time to speak to one teacher for an hour? Really? See, that's not what it is, y'all. That teacher has skills. That teacher has qualities. That teacher has talent. You're not going in there looking at all that. You and that teacher have detected a deficiency. That's what the discussion is on, the deficiency. And when you go, so now we can narrow that to 10 minutes. And now when you go into the classroom, that's all you're looking for, the deficiency. Based on the conversation, we said here's a suggestion. You had a mutual conversation. Here's a suggestion of how to overcome it. Let's try A, B, and C. I'll be in your classroom tomorrow at second period. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you I'm coming. I'm not doing a surprise call because I want to be able to measure the growth based on the conversation. So I'm coming in at 10. I don't need a whole period. I'm only in to see the thing we discuss. We're talking instructional leadership. We're talking clinical supervision. So now I'm coming in the classroom at the time I said so that I could see that which we discussed. And then when I have the post-observation conference, we're not going to sit there after school for an hour talking about that whole lesson. Are you kidding me? I don't have that kind of time, and neither do you. Somebody need to hit that share button because somebody's in that office or on Zoom, and y'all talking like all day about some skill that could be talked about in 10 minutes. Y'all having a whole lecture on it. I know somebody out there saying, ouch. You out there having like a whole seminar. And we're just talking about a skill. Because remember, this is not the only time you're going to see this teacher. You're going to see the teacher throughout the year if you got a true clinical model in place. So you just go in there. Look, we trying to hone in on this one aspect of your teaching, your pedagogy. So we go in there and we talked about it. We documented it. And now I'm coming into the classroom to see it. And then I'm going to have a post-observation where we can go over it. We can discuss it. We don't need to spend 30 minutes on it. We're talking about two professionals. Because it becomes 30 minutes when your conversation veers off. And now you talking about some other stuff. See, I don't have time to talk about other stuff. The purpose, when we talk about a meeting agenda, the agenda, I can't stand being in a meeting with a superintendent or whomever that deviates from their agenda. The agenda said X, Y, Z. That means if the meeting starts at 10, we out by 11. And now we still in your meeting, 1 o'clock, you break for lunch for us to have lunch at 12, cater in some lunch because you deviated, veered away from your agenda. Had you just stuck to your agenda, then we don't need you to bring in lunch. We don't need to carry this meeting over into the afternoon. But instead of following the agenda items, you somewhere else. See, you and I can't fall into them habits. You and I, if the agenda says A, B, C, that's the agenda. A, B, C, not X, Y, Z, not D, E, F. It's A, B, C. Period. Meeting over, adjourn. I'm going back to my school. Or if there's a meeting inside, whatever it is. But that's how you make that work. We talking about time management. Let's say you leading a meeting and now you have an agenda. And don't you have a meeting with no agenda? I got notes here. I'm not doing this with no notes. I'll be all over the place. Everything I'm saying to you is in my notes. So now you have a meeting and there's no agenda. Guess what? You're going to be all over the map. And you'll be like, here go your excuse. The Spirit told me to say it, right? Oh, come on. Right. The Spirit just dropped on me. Right. Look, them teachers ain't got time for the Spirit right now. They need you to stick to the agenda, so that they can get back to what they got to do and you can get back to what you got to do. See, I'm talking about, look, get yourself a carving knife, right? And start carving that fat off the bone. That's what this is about. Let me keep going, y'all. So, and then in addition to the pre-observation, observation, and post-observation conference, y'all have you got other responsibilities, obviously. Well, you got to organize for those. But you can't do it because you're spending all this time. All this time. You know how when some of you, when you got the student that's recalcitrant, the student that's breaking the rules or violating the expectations, which is my word as opposed to rules, and now you in the office preaching sermons, right? I get that. I used to do it. But here's what you got to remember. If you got to preach the sermon, preach the sermon. But once you finish the sermon, you ain't gotta, and I'm saying ain't gotta because I'm putting emphasis in case somebody say, man, this dude's grammar. Oh my God. I'm saying to you, you ain't gotta go back and re-preach the sermon, right? like at church, the pastor give a sermon, but the congregation got into it, right? So he gonna go back and do it again, right? A variation of it, right? Then they passing around more baskets. I'm saying to you, if you got to preach that sermon, but know when to quit it. You don't have to become redundant. And now you preaching the same sermon 3 and 4 times to the same kid. He heard you the first time. You got things to do. You got things on your plate. You don't have to, if you want to preach sermons, then go to seminary so that you can preach. But you're a leader. You're a school leader. You don't have time to be preaching all day because you got teachers in the classroom teaching and you got to be in there with them. Right? Let me keep moving, y'all. I'm on number 7. What time is it? Are we good? Have I mastered the art of maximizing my time? Maximizing my time so that there is time in the day for other activities. I kind of said that one before, so I don't need to dwell on it. Have I mastered the art of maximizing my time so that there is time in the day for other activities? Imagine that you've got all this on your plate, but because of your poor time management skills and organizational skill, you spend all day on this one thing. It happens, especially to newbies. See, you got to be able to, okay, I got this, let me exhaust this. I got this, let me exhaust this. I got this, let me exhaust. That's your planning. That's your organization. That's your journal. That's your accountability partner. That's your thought partner. That's people working with you. That's you reaching out to others who have already done what you're trying to accomplish. So that you can figure out, so that you can see, so because they may see what you don't see. So there's certain things about your leadership you don't see it because you're in it, but they're at a distance. They can see you. And they can share with you. That's what thought partners do. And they can share with you that which you may not realize that you may be doing, right? So that's important. Let's keep it moving. So I said I didn't need to spend much time on that because I kind of did. In number 8, in what ways, this is a big one. This is a huge one. In what ways have I helped or assisted my teachers toward becoming organized? Let me say it again. In what ways have I helped my teachers toward becoming organized? Man, that's another big one. That's another big one. In what ways have I helped my teachers to become organized? And again, some of y'all leaving me some like real long comments. I'm going to get to them, y'all. I'm gonna read them when I finish this, just so you know what my day looks like. When I hit the stop button, then I sit here for about 2 hours reading all these comments. That's what I do. Right? My family can bear witness to that. So I'll read them. I just said the only ones I can respond to is Facebook. I can't respond to Twitter and YouTube because it doesn't give you that mechanism to do so. Right? So here we go. I'm asking you. Not only am I strongly suggesting that you be organized, but I'm saying in you becoming organized, or more so than you already are, you have to position yourselves to help the teacher to become organized. Because if there's a teacher shuffling around, if there's a teacher disorganized, if there's a teacher fumbling around, that impacts the pedagogy. There's a correlation there. So not only are you working toward your own organization, But you got to model for them. You got to teach them. You got to show them what it is. That may be small group sessions. That may be the staff meeting. Hey, principal out there watching this broadcast, free up that assistant principal and let that assistant principal do a session at the staff meeting on time management in the classroom, on organizational skill in the classroom, on planning in the classroom beyond the lesson plan. Give that assistant principal some responsibility. Don't relegate that assistant principal to a full-time disciplinarian. And then when we get to the staff meeting, they just sitting there like they one of the teachers. Empower them. Let them speak. Let them share what's on their minds as well. Right? Number 9, and number 9, I'm in my book. Matter of fact, what time is it? No, it's 11:56. I'm gonna do it this way. I can see that this whole planning and organization is going to expand to probably 5 weeks, if not 6, because I got 8 more questions to go, y'all. No, I got 9 more, and it's 11:55, 11:56. I'm not even gonna do that. What I'm gonna say to you is this: I covered a lot of ground today, and I'm just going to ask you to get your hands on this, the Assistant Principal 50, and read the chapter 8 on planning, organization, and time management. And then I will resume. I told you, with planning, organization, time management, there's just so much to talk about. So I thought I was going to do it in 4 weeks. But now that I look at my page here, I see I overplanned again. I need a week just for what I didn't cover today. So we probably do this in 5 or 6 weeks instead of 4 weeks, right? So bear with me. So with that said, let me say this. I got a parting question for you. And my parting question is kind of mirrors the ones I've been asking. What will you do to continue to develop yourselves organizationally, right? What will you do to continue to develop yourselves organizationally? So next week, we'll continue to talk about planning, organization, and time management. I want you guys, make sure that you check out the commentary tomorrow. I call it Kafele commentary for assistant principals or some variation. And check that out. Should be up by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning on my page, Virtual Assistant Principal Leadership Academy on Facebook. So if you're not on Facebook, get on Facebook and then follow and like that page. And then I'm putting the commentary up, just something in writing as opposed to video for assistant principals literally every Sunday morning. That's part of the organization. I got to build that into my program, right? That's organization. So be on top of that. Visit principalkafele.com. Like and follow that Facebook page I just told you, but also subscribe to my YouTube channel, School Leadership Thoughts, so that you don't miss anything, man. This is just my public service. This is just what I do. It's just what I do. So since I'm doing it, since I'm in a spirit of giving, just subscribe to it, and then you get all those videos as well. Make sure you're taking those COVID-19 precautions, folks. I can't overstate it. Just put the mask on. I don't care how ridiculous you feel you look. Young, if those of you that wear makeup, I know it probably gets a little smeared. That's okay. Just don't put on the makeup. I don't know. I mean, I ain't in a position to speak on that really, but I'm saying to you, put the mask on. It's dangerous outside, y'all. I mean, it's dangerous. There's no other way to say. It's dangerous out there. We need these on. Socially distant. Keep the hands clean. Stay indoors as best you can. Right? That's all I'm saying. And then your diet while you're indoors. I don't mean it's snack time. Take it. Watch your intake. Watch what you eat. Right? If it's something you shouldn't be eating, don't eat it. And then your exercise. I try to get about 12 miles a week. I could do more, but it's cold outside. I don't have a gym, right? I don't go to the gym. It's too many. It's too risky in the gym. I'm outside in the cold. Do your miles, right? Get your miles in and take care of yourselves, because I don't want to hear that somebody that was on this call is succumb to COVID-19 for not taking the necessary precautions, right? I don't ever want to hear that. So just make sure that you're doing that which you should be doing to preserve life for yourself and your loved ones, right? So with that said, I want you guys to have a great week, have an extraordinary week, have your best week yet. I'll see you next week at 11 o'clock sharp Eastern time, same bat time, same bat channel. So as we end it every week, I say to you, peace. Flip it backwards. Peace. thumbs up. And then we count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Bam! Looking forward to seeing you next week. Be good, be well, be safe.